It is Wellness Wednesday, and today we are talking about setting boundaries. This is big, you guys. Whether it's with family, friends, or coworkers, saying no can be really difficult. Sometimes we just feel obligated or guilty, and now that the holidays are here, it's even harder to say no when we feel the need to say yes to everything and everyone. So how do you set those healthy boundaries? Let's talk about it. Joining me once again is life coach, therapist, and author Julianna Lyddon. I love this topic because I think it speaks to so many people, including myself, on how to say no, right?
All of us.
Why is it so hard?
Because we're nice people.
We're people pleasers.
That's right. I mean, we care about what people think. And so often we come from families that have a lot of this codependent stuff, just patterns, right?
Totally.
Where we avoid it, or the elephant in the room is over there,
right.
or we make it nice under the carpet, right?
Yes.
So we grew up with, trouble creating these boundaries, and now we're adults or we're a little older and we're like, how do I do it?
I know.
Right?
The childhood influences, that's big. I mean, for me, being in an Asian culture, it's like you do as you're told. It's yes, I've been raised a people pleaser.
Oh,
it's been
hard.
really, really hard. But
It
then
is
you get
hard.
older and then you don't care as much. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Okay, so let's get into how do you say no without feeling guilty, and then you create these boundaries.
Well, you first have to recognize what boundary you want to create. This is probably the biggest thing I do in my practice, is help people stand in their power. So you have to first figure out, what is the boundary? What is the problem that I have?
Right.
And then you have to figure out how to language it or how to vocalize it. That's the toughest piece, because what happens once we do that is there's a fallout. There's a fallout because the people that knew you doing it this way and they could walk on you and take advantage, oh boy, they don't like the change.
And don't you have to realize the consequences of when you say no? I mean, isn't that a big deal? And is it worth it, knowing the consequences?
It's very hard. It's very tricky how you have to kind of manufacture how you're going to let them know, hey, you know what? I've realized this was a problem. I'm making some shifts now, especially with family and close friends. They do not like it.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay,
there's
so
pushback.
You say vocalize. Like, give me an example of, vocalizing that, okay, I'm saying no.
Exactly. So you have to say, for example, I mean, it can be someone at work. It can be someone, say, for example, you found out somebody was lying to you at work, or maybe something didn't, they were trying to massage the situation and you knew. Going to them and saying, hey, look, here's what I remember. Here's how the conversation took place. I need you to be there with me and understand where I'm coming from, because it's not going to work for me.
Wow.
Right? And so I need to know, and you can take it further, like, so please explain to me, because this is how I'm remembering it. Ooh. So you really are.
Ooh, I had to take a moment to digest that. Okay, yeah.
Or even with family, you're dealing with, with something else, and letting them know, you know what, I'm not going to let you take advantage of me like that anymore. It really is painful, and I'm making a change here.
Yeah, powerful and painful at the same time. Wow.
Yeah, and watch what happens. So then that's where I come in. Yeah. then I'm helping with the fallout.
Dealing with the consequences.
Yeah, they're like, help.
I know. Wow.
It didn't work.
Okay, but I love what you say. You said stand in your power?
Stand in your power. Find your voice. This is across the board. I would have to say this is the biggest thing most of us deal with at different times in our lives. And then try to teach your kids. You got it. So fix it now.
Yes.
Because, when you're rearing them, we want to get it right.
That cycle. Exactly.
That's right. You want to break it. Yeah.